today's video, I want to show you what I think is probably the best budget bushcraft backpack you are going to find anywhere on the internet. So stick around, this is going to be a good review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So hiking around today, testing out a backpack that I've actually had since October of last year, but it has been sitting in the gear room doing absolutely nothing. I've done nothing with it. I took it out of the package when I got it from Amazon, looked at it, took some photos of it, and made some determinations of how much I liked it or didn't like it. But then it sat, and just, you know, life got in the way. A lot of things have been happening, but I'm back out in the field again, shooting video, hiking, and I got a camping trip coming up in 7 days. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I thought this is the chance to get this bag out here and try it out and take it out next weekend for a camping trip and see how it does. So let's get into what is in it, how it carries it, the specs, things like that, and then you guys can make your own determination if you think it's a good backpack or not. I will say that before anybody makes a comment, that this backpack was not provided to me by OneTigris at all. I bought this with my own money. They never even contacted me or suggested it, so it's just something I stumbled upon looking at stuff, and I was like, okay, wow, this is completely under the radar. I've never heard of this bag before. What it is, this is the OneTigris Wild Rocket. It's a 45-liter backpack, and for me, I think for camping, bushcrafting, kind of wild wilderness type camping, not campground camping and not through hiking, backpacking, this checked all the boxes for me. I've been looking for a backpack like this. I've used a lot of different type of backpacks in the past. Most of them have been very tactical, lots of molly, and just not really well suited for bushcraft. And my parameters for bushcraft are very specific. A backpack needs to be durable. It needs to carry tools such as axes and saws. It needs to carry at least 2 containers of water, so it needs good large side pockets that can carry that stuff. And then, of course, it has to be comfortable to carry the weight, because you're going to be carrying tarps and sleeping bags and ground pads and tools and water and food and all that stuff. This is not an ultralight bag, so it does need a decent harness system to be comfortable. But it's just got to be accessible, and it's got to be durable. So the first thing about this backpack is it is made of 500D Cordura. It actually has a Cordura logo sewn onto the bag, so it is not cheap material. The construction of this thing is really well done. I was impressed. So 500D Cordura, stitched pretty well. The zippers are top-notch, YKK. You know, everything that I can tell by looking at this backpack and examining it, the quality is good, very good. It's really on par with any other camping, backpacking company backpack. It's not cheap. I know a lot of the overseas gear sometimes is it's nylon, it's not Cordura, it's, you know, it's lined in kind of a plastic. It tends to fall apart. The stitching's not really great. This thing seems to be put together very well. The design of it's a little bit more unique compared to other backpacks, in that it is a roll top backpack, meaning there are buckles on the sides here. undoes the roll top, and then you've got a Velcro closure, and that's how you access the contents of the bag. Now, if you want to get into the bag while it's closed, there is an option on the back that you can unzip and get into things quickly. And this is nice because if you're getting into, let's say, a hydration bag of some sort or whatever, or you have your sip pad down here, you could get it without undoing the top of the bag and digging through everything. So that's really key. When you look at the suspension system on this backpack, you can tell right away it's pretty impressive. You have contoured, padded shoulder straps, a dedicated sternum strap that's adjustable for length on your torso as well as the width on your chest. You have cinch straps on the top, so that's going to pull the backpack up and place it over your hips. I talked about that in another video. You want to check that out on how you fit a backpack, but this has that feature, grab handle, in a really nice air channel and padding built into the back. And I like this strip on each side that is going to cushion the load, but then it's deep, so there's some air flow back there. This thing's not against your back, so in the summertime you're not going to sweat as bad. You've got a nice thick pad here in the back, and then a hip belt that is removable and is MOLLE, so you can add pouches, water bottle pouches, kind of grab and go pouches, whatever you need. If you want to grab snacks, things like that, you can add them on here. There is a cinch strap that pulls the belt, or pulls the pack into the belt, and then kind of an unusual hip belt system. Instead of your typical 1-inch or 2-inch hip belt, or a 2-inch hip belt, you've got a 1-inch buckle with 2 straps and 2 adjusters. So what that allows you to do is, if you want to pull the top a little tighter and the bottom a little looser, you can do that, or vice versa. It just gives you some options for adjustability. It takes some getting used to. I will say, I'm used to grabbing one strap and pulling it. Instead, you've got, 2 straps on each side, so it's a little bit more, takes a little bit more working with, but it is nice having this thinner belt and buckle on the front, because it's not binding into you, it's not cutting into your stomach or your abdomen. When you're, especially when you're wearing layers like today, it works really great. It's not overly big and obtrusive. Another feature that I really like about this bag, and what drew me to it, are the size of these side pockets. They are wider than a normal Nalgene bottle. You can actually get 2 bottles in here, and it has a cinch closure, so now you're going to be able to pull that tight, keep your contents contained. You can strap it down and pull that lid down nice and tight, but I've got a water bottle in mine, and I've got my cook set right next to it. So I have a couple of items in here, not limited by space, and that's awesome because with a Bushcraft bag, you're going to tend to carry more water bottles, and particularly guys like to carry stainless bottles like the 40-ounce clean canteens or canteen sets. Those tend to be a little bit wider sometimes, so they fit in this big pouch. Now, the other great thing is the pouch, the back of it, is completely pass-through. So you can put a tomahawk, an axe, a large saw. You have that ability, goes all the way through, all the way to the bottom. And then on top of that, there are MOLLE channels. So if you want to, secure something with some bungees, or if you want to put a pouch there, you can. It's up to you. And then a nice feature, I think, is this heavy-duty nylon grab handle on the sides. Just gives you another option when grabbing your pack out of your vehicle or shouldering it, you got something to grab onto. It does a really good job of giving you some options for organizing your smaller stuff. Now, traditionally, a backpack with a lid, all those small things go in the lid. Well, you don't have that. So what they've done is they've added a pocket up here that is very deep. It goes all the way down to here. And it has, and this is going to be a little bit harder to show. I will try. You've got two mesh pockets with elastic at the top to organize your items. So I've got my toilet paper kit there. I've got my toiletries there. They all fit nicely there. Now, one thing to note, when this backpack is full on the inside, you're pushing everything out and you're taking up room on these organizer front pockets. Bottom pocket, once again, it's that deep. And it's a little bit harder to get into when you got the bag full, but I've got my phone charger and cord in here. Got a solar lantern. That's about it. And that also has some sewn in mesh pockets as well. Can't really show those when the bag's full, but they're in there, so you can organize some smaller items. Now, one thing that I would have liked to have seen with these pockets is make them a little bit more deeper, a little bit more three-dimensional, but also I would have preferred two-way zippers on this instead of just one. That way I could get to it from either side, and maybe even a little bit of a beefier zipper on these. They seem to be alright for now, but time will tell, right? Coming into the inside of the bag, like I said, we've got a Velcro closure to keep it together. You tell that this is it's a coated Cordura material, so that's going to help with water resistance. And it's a really nice deep bag. So I've got my ground cloth in here. I've got some extra clothing layers in this bag. Got my fleece top, my tarp, my food bag with some kitchen items. Keeps going. Rain cover for the pack. My grill. And then way down at the bottom, I have military sleeping bag. This is the intermediate bag, cold weather bag. Takes up a fair amount of room, but this backpack actually does a good job of holding it all. If you look down in here, I'm going to pull this aside for you so you can see, there are Velcro tabs to hang a bladder. There is a pocket with elastic, so that's your bladder pocket. And the other feature that I absolutely have to have on a backpack of this size is I have to have some kind of frame sheet. Backpacks that are this big without a frame sheet are useless, and they will be uncomfortable. So this has a pocket for it, and it has, you can see, a black plastic frame sheet. So if you wanted to save weight, I guess you could take that out. But to me, that's a really necessary item, because it helps give the pack rigidity, but it also helps with weight distribution on the load and giving the pack some form. shove my sleeping bag all the way to the bottom, and then I layer everything in order of importance and how I want to get to them. And then, you can roll it as tight as you want, or you can leave it up more if you have more stuff to add to it. And then the straps are fully adjustable for height, so got plenty of room to go higher. The straps actually connect to the back, but you don't feel them. You don't necessarily, they don't get in the way of when you're wearing the backpack. So I haven't mentioned the price point yet because I want to kind of save that till the end, but right now on Amazon it's $104 shipped if you have Prime. I know a lot of people don't use Amazon, but people who do, that's a fantastic deal. I mean, you cannot get a quality backpack at that price point at this size. I've looked at a lot of the other backpacks, I've handled some of them in this range of size, and they're more money and they're not as well made. And this is really right on par with a lot of the military surplus that I use. If you go back a couple videos, my big wilderness kind of survival backpack that I take everywhere, that is my winter camping bag, the Marine Corps ILBE, fantastic bag, but it's heavy, it's really big, you can definitely overload it, and it has some features that just don't work for bushcraft, whereas this pack in this size range really kind of checks all the boxes for me. I think you really should check it out if you've been looking for that kind of just right backpack for your bushcraft needs. As always, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you check out the Facebook group, check out all the affiliate links down below, and check out preparedwanderer.com. That is the new Prepared Wanderer website that has links to the videos, has merchandise if you're interested in purchasing a patch or a sticker. Also has articles from myself and friends of mine who I trust and who I think have some good information to share with you. So please check that out. I would really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to get out of here, and we will see you next time on the Prepared Wanderer.